I guess y'all are gonna see the mic, so I might as well bring it in close. As you can see, we had to move back to the original spot. I just feel like it's better. I feel like it makes me look better, like I'm looking, and I feel like it goes well. This look is not bad, I guess, from far away. I don't know how it looks for y'all. I bet it probably still looks as terrible. It's not that terrible anymore. Earlier, I was hating it. I hated it. I hated it. I hate how the makeup looked. But it's okay. It's whatever. What is up, you guys? It is Jordan, and welcome back to Jordan. Whatever, bruh. And today, we are doing another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 17. It's episode 3. It's a design challenge. I'm so excited! We're going to be a little calm. Just firstly say, hi y'all. As y'all can see, I'm still trying to figure everything out. I'm changing the camera around a lot. So if the quality is changing, if the lighting is changing, it's because I'm genuinely trying to figure out how I'm going to work it. I'm moving things around. I'm moving my camera around like the space in my room. I'm probably also going to move my room around soon. So we'll see how it goes. But right now, this is what we got going on. I hope you guys like it. Tell me if you want me to change it around, please. Let me know if you want me to do something different, if you want me to change the lighting, if you want it to be a little darker, a little brighter, if it's too warm, just give me your notes. But I just want to make you guys aware of that. But let's go ahead and get into this video. If you like my content, if you enjoy my videos, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and share these videos everywhere. And go to the description and follow me all over my social medias. All right, let's get into it. So the episode starts off with, the girls come back into the workroom after her Mona Lisa was saved because she pulled the correct lever. And so she dunked Michelle and she got to stay. And the girls are pressed as paninis, and I love it. I think that it is the funniest thing in the world. Everybody is not happy that Hermona is still there. I personally love Hermona. I think she's so entertaining. I think she is so fun. She's drama. They kept her because she's drama and they knew the girls wouldn't like it. And I honestly, I love it. Okay. And then while, they're talking about everybody staying and they're congratulating Susie, who deserved her win. Not Susie. Lexi. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Lexi, because they deserved their win. All right, so the girls walk back into the workroom after Hermona's save from being eliminated because she pulled the correct lever, dunking Michelle in the water. And the girls are not, I repeat, not happy that Miss Hermona is still there. Corey is pressed as a panini, and Hermona can clearly see that. She can clearly see that all the girls did not want her to stay. But honestly, I live. Y'all know I love Hermona. I think that she's so much drama. I live. And the producers clearly like her too. They know that she's drama. They know that she's going to cause friction. I'm so happy that she is still here, and I can't wait to see what else she has going on for her, because even this episode, she had a little bit of drama going on. The other girl who had a lot of drama going on is Miss Joella, who, once the girls get back into the workroom after, congratulating Lana on her win and kind of being like, oh, and Hermona, you got to stay. Lana goes up to Joella and is like, listen, I have to be honest, I didn't appreciate the way that you kind of just brought down my performance, saying that you didn't like it. I thought that it was really just, like, I brought you up. I did the same. I did that for you, and I feel like you should have done the same for me. And Joella's like, I mean, when it came to rating, I rated fair. And I have to be on Joella's side for this. One, she's entertaining as hell. That's one. Number two, Lana, you asked. I'm so sick of y'all thinking because you're asking or because this is how you handled something that everybody else has to handle it like that. No. Not everyone has to handle it the same way you do, okay? Just because you did not like Joel's performance, just because you didn't want to tell her you didn't like her performance and you wanted to go, oh, I thought that you were so great and this, that doesn't mean Joel has to do the same. Girl, you could have done better. Period. And while Joel is basically saying, like, I rated you fair and I did everything fair, Homona kind of just jabs at her and is like, well, did you have to hold your hold your queen. Hormona was like, did you have to hold your wig in the rating room too? You know, all the girls being messy, like, ooh, you know. And Joella comes back and is like, girl, I would have had my wig glued down if I had to lip sync like you did. Okay, you were the one who had to lip sync. And they start throwing jabs at each other, and it's pure entertainment for me, honestly. I hate to see my two queens fight because I love my drama queens, but also I love to see my two drama queens fight because they are my drama queens. I'm having such a good time, and they basically kind of just end off like the argument, you know, was like fix your mug, you know. And the girls all go to like get undressed, and I love that Joella, you know, is talking to Acacia Forgot about Hormona, and she goes, because if she can't beat you in the lip sync, I know she ain't gonna do anything against me. And it took Acacia a second to go, wait, hold on. To flat out tell somebody to their face, girl, you technically tell them to their face, you're not a good lip syncer. So if she can't beat you in a lip sync, what's she gonna do against me? I love Joella. I love Joella. She is so she's so entertaining. She's funny. I love her. I don't care what anyone says. I know that she's been getting a lot of hate, which I do not stand for. I will stand 10 toes down for Joella. Joella is that girl, okay? The looks are a different story, but that's not the point. Joella is that girl, okay? She is entertaining. She is funny, all right? And if she has anything, she has the charisma, the uniqueness, the nerve, and the talent, okay? Especially that nerve. Because, girl, it do take nerve. It do take nerve to be doing what she do, to be dressing the way she dressed and then acting the way she do. Like, it do take nerve. And we're gonna get into how she acted in Untucked later, but once again, it do take nerve, okay? That's all. So when the girls come back in for the next week, RuPaul walks in and they do a mini challenge of Monopoly. And they basically just, you know, pick up cards and they're like, oh, Stoughton Street, collect 200. Oh, pass go. Oh, you go to jail. Things like that. And at the end, all the girls have certain cards that have like a color on it. And so the color that they have is the color of fabrics that they get that they have to use because it is a design challenge. I love design challenges. I've told you guys this multiple times. I am a design challenge fan. I love the design challenges. I love the balls. I would say I love the makeovers, but the iffy judging really just doesn't do it for me. So there's that. But I love when they have to design something. I think it is one of the best challenges that they have in the show. So as I said earlier, all the girls have a color themed card with like Park Place, and then like at the top it's like a red line. And so there's a ton of girls who have like red cards, a ton of girls who have green cards, and basically the color that you get is the color fabric that you have to use in order to make your outfit. It's beads, it's jewels, all that stuff. And you basically have to make the outfit for the category monopulence, which is opulence, you know, glamour, you know, giving your best, elegant, red carpet, rich bitch dynasty fantasy look. Okay. Now, something that I think is very important because it kind of leads into some drama later, or it kind of feeds into some drama later, is RuPaul makes it clear that even though they are sharing colors and fabrics, this is not, I repeat, this is not a team challenge. They will be judged individually. They just have to share the same fabrics. They just have to share the same colors. All right? This is not a team challenge. And I'm going to put in a little more how I think that feeds into some drama later on. Y'all already know what I'm talking about, but just wait, okay? So I'm not going to talk about the girls in the workroom when it comes to their looks and the drama when it comes to their looks and stuff like that. Not until we get on stage. So for instance, I will not be talking about Corey and how I think that they were doing this and how their look was looking like this in the workroom until we get to their runway, if that makes sense. So basically I'm going to combine it. Think Bussy Queen. I know y'all know who Bussy Queen is. If you don't, watch their content. They are like the drag race review outfit girl. They do their thing. I'm inspired by them. Just let me stop glazing. Oh my god. Just know that I won't be talking about how it technically looked in the workroom until we get to their looks. I will, however, be talking about one thing that happened, which is RuPaul comes in to the workroom after talking to the girls about their looks and while the girls are working, and he comes in and he goes, I have in my hands here the Rate Queen results, basically showing how the queens rated you. I'm just gonna, leave it right here on the desk and feel free to check it if you like. Toodles. I was so excited when Rue bought that thing in and it looked like a book, like a pamphlet, because we know last season when Rue brought in the Rated Queen results, it just showed, the spots that everybody was in. It just showed who was in first to like seventh. But this time they show how the girls rated them, which is something I wanted them to do so badly. And I thought they were going to do in a season 16. I'm so glad they learned from that and decided to do it in season 17. And girl, I was like, ugh, eating it up. I am ready for the drama, for the tea. I'm ready. So I obviously can't talk about how every girl rated each and every girl because that would take way too long. It would take way too much time. So we're just going to talk about some specific moments when the queens were looking at the Rated Queen and how everybody was feeling and then my opinions. So the main thing I want to point out is that the queens basically learn about Ariette's and Lana's alliance, and Anya Nerve is really like upset about this. She basically thinks that it is unfair and that they shouldn't have done it. And like this is something that happened with Anya Nerve last episode where she was in the Untucked saying like, I don't think we should judge girls based on their outfits that they did in the talent show. And it's like, baby, that's how you want to do it and that's fine. Why are you so pressed about how everybody else is doing it? Like, Lana and Ariette made a pact and you're upset about it. For what? For what? Okay? For what? And the crazy thing is, specifically with Lana, she was all mad at Joella, and Joella was like, girl, you was in my face talking about oh, Joella, you did so well. Oh, Joella, you look so good. Just to put me in the bottom. Just to rate me like 5th or 6th. But you want me to be, Joella, you would have, Joella, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna go, Lana, you were so, no. And honestly, I'm sorry. Let me bring it back. Honestly, first things first. I don't get why Anya's upset. I truly think she needs to get over it. I'm not even gonna mince my words. Girl, you have no reason to be upset. They made an alliance. It was a smart move. Why are you mad? End of story. Lana, don't be going talking about I wanted you to cheer me on. Because girl, now she knows that you clearly wasn't cheering her on when it came to that ranking room. And she ranked Lana fairly. I think she ranked her like 3rd. So you ranking her down and she ranked you up, but you're mad because she came up to you and said that she thought you could have done better. Messy. Messy. Okay? Another thing that happens, and it's kind of just to fit the storyline of this episode, is that Lydia and Sam kind of get into it about Lydia voting Sam, pretty much in the bottom. And Sam's like, so you didn't think that my thing was good? And Lydia's like, no, well, I didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. And, Sam's kind of just like, okay. And it's basically just to set up the story for how this episode ends. Because, spoiler alert, if you don't know, Sam ends up being in the top. So, yeah. Last thing I want to mention is Anya Nerve was very upset, and Anya Nerve was already upset about about saying that the ranking was unfair. And while I don't agree with that, I do agree with her being upset about her ranking because, as she said, a lot of the girls hyped her up, and y'all know, even I thought that she would have been in the top because a lot of the girls were cheering her on when it came to her performance. So I probably would have been a little shook if I was like, y'all kind of ranked me further down, but everybody was telling me, oh, I was doing so well, you did so good, y'all were singing with me, y'all were having a good time. So I'm just a little confused. And I have to agree with her, I'd probably be confused too. Like, she even goes at Jewel Sparkles, who I think basically told her, like, girl, it's just the game, it's just how it is. And she was like, okay, well, your pants looked very crouched down and short, and you didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say that, Anya. You didn't have to say that. But I think that this is just a little sprinkle of the mess that Anya and Jules are going to get into this episode, which we're not going to get into yet. We're not going to get into yet. We're not going to get into yet. Bring them both to the looks. And then when I get to one of them, then we'll talk about it. Okay? Then we'll talk about it. Okay? Please keep in mind that I will be looking at my notes and the girls' looks at the same time, so I will be not looking so much at the camera because I'm trying to get a good look at their looks. So just keep that in mind. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the looks. And just a reminder, when I talk about the girls' looks, I also talk about how they were in the workroom because I was saving it so that way I think it'll kind of be evenly spared with time. All right? All right. All right. Category is Monopulence. The first color up is orange, and the first girl to walk on the runway is Lucky Stars, who was having a hard time this episode. Like, when they were in the workroom, I was genuinely sad, like, seeing them because they looked so frazzled. They looked like they didn't know what to do because apparently they are so used to working with like unconventional materials that they don't know how to work with cloth, which is kind of surprising to me because I feel like if you worked with unconventional materials, you would for sure know how to work with fabric. But I mean, it truly isn't the same. Like, a string isn't the same as like hold on, this piece of cardboard, this is not the same as this piece of cloth. So I guess if you know exactly how you're going to bend this because you can bend it a certain way and put pins in it, you can't do the same with fabric. But I just feel like if you know how to work with unconventional materials, then it shouldn't be hard to work with fabric. But I can't work with either, so who am I to talk, you know? They were already struggling with, putting together an outfit. And then on top of that, they said that they definitely wanted to basically do a whole 180 and do like, regular drag makeup. And I put quotations because it's drag makeup. It's a signature, but they basically said that they wanted to go for a more, elegant, like, woman look instead of like the art that they kind of do. Same thing goes for their outfit, especially since they are working with fabric, and the category is opulence, monopulence. And I do understand why they went with this, because at first I was like, girl, this is not the time to change it up. But I feel like this will be the perfect time. And also, I was already sitting there going, of course I want to see them in, more toned down, like, regular woman drag. But I have to say this look is not very good. And honestly, by all means, it's not bad, because I really do think that all the girls this season, all the girls this season, this episode, all their looks were pretty, like, decent at the least. Like, we didn't have a Lala Ree, we didn't have a Jiggly Caliente, we did not have a monstrosity that when they walked out on the stage we were like, so we know who's in the bottom. Like, we didn't have that. So I honestly have to say, like, congratulations to all the girls, because I think that they all did really eat it up this season when it comes to this design challenge. And it makes me want more design challenges, because I can't wait to see how good they're all gonna look. That being said, Lucky Star's outfit is not the best. They tried to do a different type of makeup, which I just don't think worked in their favor. Their makeup is still pretty good, but I you could just tell that they're out of their element. I think that the wig, the flat wig, it doesn't help either. I feel like maybe a bigger more like 90s beatnik, like with the big curls and the puff. Well, not 90s. I would say like 50s, 60s, where the hair was short like this and it was puffy and curly. I feel like that would have went well for them. But this outfit definitely has its problems. I'm looking at it from up here, so if I'm looking up, that's why. Um, they tried something with the little, I think, what, ruffles, or how do you call it, like ruffles at the end. And like I said, it is not a bad outfit, but it is definitely not made the best. It's giving crafty. It's giving crafty. It the strings are a little weird. It's overall not that good, and I definitely do see why she was in the bottom. I feel like the bottoms for this episode were kind of correct, but I'll let you know what I think and who I thought my bottoms and my tops would have been. So yeah, but just going off, not a good outfit. They did give it their all, and I really, really do appreciate it, because it broke my heart to see them fully start crying in the workroom. I was like, girl, don't cry. Don't cry. I was like, I need somebody to go over here and give her a hug. No one over there and get Lucky a hug. Arietti, get up. Get up. Like, the next girl to walk out is all the way from Tennessee Avenue. It is Hermona Lisa, who in the workroom today, kind of off camera, had a little thing with Lexi where they had put these stones on their outfit, like these little gems on their outfit, and Lexi had basically said, like, you can't wear that. And it was because you are not supposed to add your own stones. The stones were Hermona's. They were not from the fabric and the stones that they gave them. So Hermona had used her own, and that is technically cheating. So Lexi basically went off on her off camera and said, you got to change that right now. So they came into the workroom pissed on elimination day, plucking all these stones off their outfit, mad as hell. Okay. And honestly, I'd probably be mad too. Like, girl, if the producers didn't say anything, if they didn't fully say nothing to me, why are you saying something? But hey, that's not my business. But when they came on the runway, I was expecting to see like a ton of glue stains or a hole or something. I didn't see none of that. I think that the outfit is beautiful. And Bob had said this, I think, in Sibling Rivalry. He was like, ma'am, if we can't see any glue or holes or anything, you didn't need the stones. You didn't actually add the stones on for real. Like, I thought that the outfit looked beautiful just the way it is. I am kind of interested to see where the stones were, how they looked, because I genuinely can't tell that they ever were there. Like, I would have never known that she had stones on that outfit. I do think that it's beautiful. Y'all know how I feel. I think I've mentioned this. Y'all know how I feel about a one arm. It's honestly not for me. I do think that it's great. I think Hormona Lisa looks beautiful in it, but I'm never a fan of the one cut arm. It's just I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry, I don't like it. Especially when it's like a big like bow or something on this other side. I don't know. I do like that I think, what do you call this outfit where the dress goes like sucks in and then it goes out on the bottom? I don't know what it's called, but I know that I love it. I love the fabric they have where it's kind of like a scarf or like a shawl or something that they're holding on. The one thing I really don't like about this is not even in the outfit, is their hair. I feel like, I think it's because they have like another ribbon or like bow in their hair, and it kind of just looks weird to me. Like, it's so bright and their hair looks so transparent, like you can see right through it. I did not hear that voice crack. Y'all did not hear that voice crack. That never happened. Anyways, their hair is very much see-through and I'm just not a fan of it. But overall, this outfit is beautiful and I think that they did really, really good. Moving on. Next up from New York Avenue, it is Lexi Love. And when she was in the workroom, she says that she's very much inspired by, runways. And so she saw this runway where basically this person had like a roll up of fabric that was their train, and they threw it at the back of the stage, and basically when they walked out it rolled out, and that's what she was inspired by. And so she ends up doing that on the stage, and it kind of halfway works. Like, it does roll out, but I think a lot of it did kind of drag. And I do think that the idea was pretty good, but it did still kind of drag. However, I would have to say that that is the most opulent part of her look. Granted, she looks beautiful. I think the look is beautiful, but it could almost have the same critique that Corey's outfit has later on, which we'll get to, where it's kind of hoochie. I mean, girl, it you can see all her beautiful long legs, which is great, but let that skirt be any higher and you can basically see her panties. Like, she has these beautiful ostrich feathers, and I do like the color. I mean, she couldn't choose the color. I do like I do like the gems that she kind of has going, like, I guess kind of across from her as the ostrich feathers come out. And I do think that that reads opulence. I think that the train reads opulence. But when a skirt is like this length, when a skirt basically is all the way up to your private area, it's just very, very hard to read opulence. It doesn't read opulence. It reads bad bitch. It reads baddie. It reads you hoes could never. But it does not read opulence. That being said, I very much do like this outfit. I just don't like it for this category. All right, the next color is red, and the first to come out for that color is Susie 2. They come out in this, what I'm assuming, devil type outfit, as they do. I'm assuming those are like devil horns in this all red outfit. They changed up the makeup just a little bit to have a little bit of heavier red blush to match it, and I think that this outfit is beautiful. I love the way that it drapes on her. I love the sleeves. I love that she does like a thing where it's like it cuts out the shoulder, so like the strap, imagine if this was together, so it would be green strap here, and then my sleeve would be cut off here so you could still see my shoulders. And then she has this jewelry, which I will say I think is the only thing I kind of didn't like. I liked it here, but then she has it dripping in the back, and it looks stringy or strainy, but I'm not gonna hold it too much because I do think that this outfit is beautiful. And Susie too, honestly, is kind of doing it for me. Like, I wasn't expecting much from her when she walked in, which, like, I know it's like, why not? But it's just like I was expecting it from her. But even in these past few episodes, she's showing that she's one to play with. Okay, she is the one to mess with, because she can do the damn challenge. And I honestly can't wait to see what else they have. And also, I want this dress. I want it in green, though. I don't feel like the red is gonna go well with me and how my skin tone. I would love to have it in like a forest green. If y'all can't tell, I really do like green. So yeah. Moving on. Next up from Indiana Avenue is Ariete, who says that she is trying to basically go more into her Latin side when it comes to this look, when she comes to making this look. And oh my God, she looks beautiful. She looks beautiful. She comes out and this, I don't even know, I'm not good with gowns, but she comes out and she has these like puff sleeves, and then it's like a little like shawl fabric like in the back, and she has this cut, and it's very Latin. It's very Latin centric. I love it. I love her hair. Her hair is so like meticulous. It has like these little rolls on it. She has this fan that she comes out and she's like fanning herself, and she looks beautiful. She looks opulent. Okay, she looks opulent. This was absolutely my favorite look on the runway. This for sure was my favorite look on the runway. I think that she looks so good. I think her makeup does still go with it. Like the nose, I still feel like it goes really well with this outfit. And she said that she was going for something different, and she really, I think that she knocked it out of the park. Like, how did she make this in like a day? How are these girls making this in a day? She looks amazing. I have no notes. I have no notes. I have no notes. We can move on. All right, next up is Lana Jarre, who has the Illinois Avenue card, and they come out. I think that this outfit is pretty good. It is giving, it's giving opulence esque. Like, it's giving me the vibes of like, okay, the mother is here, she's, you know, the host, and here's her daughter, and Lana is the daughter. And even the daughter obviously looks beautiful, she looks good, but at the end of the day, she's still the daughter, and the mother's the one really serving opulence. And I hope that doesn't sound offensive, but I just, like I said, it's one of those things where I think it is just really hard to give like full on opulence when it's not like a gown. Like when it doesn't hit the floor or it doesn't go to the floor, it's not going to obviously read opulence. Like I can still see her in like the 50s, you know, 60s, driving around, you know, kind of waving at boys hello. I'm not automatically saying that I see her at this amazing dinner party, you know? Like, of course, I do think I could see her there, but I'm not for sure going, oh, that's the dinner party outfit. You know, that's the one where you walk in and everybody's like, my God, oh, we know who the rich woman is, you know? It's giving rich adjacent. It's giving my best friend rich. You know, it's giving my mother's rich. It's giving, you know, I have a wealthy husband. It's giving I was invited to the party. I'm not the host of the party. You know? You guys know. And I do think that this is beautiful. I like the way the gemstones are. I like the little fabric around their neck. I do think that that really does fit into the like, oh, I'm driving around, you know, kind of looking pretty, having boys stop for me type thing, because it is giving more the journey. I tell me if that makes sense. It's giving the journey. No one like, not like the show, like the movie or whatever. It's just like it just gives, when I look at it, it's giving the journey. Y'all are probably sitting here going, Jordan, what the hell are you talking about? Listen, the look is nice, okay? The look is nice. The look is beautiful. She looks great. Everything's great. I have no notes. I mean, I have no notes technically. I don't think that it is full on opulence, but I don't think that it's bad. I think that she gets a pass. She's going to the party. Moving on. Do y'all love the hand movements? How does this look in camera? Hold on. Oh, it's bright. So maybe I just have to. Oh! It's because I'm doing too much. Fine, I'll relax. Jesus. All right, next up is A Case You Forgot, and the color is now yellow. And I just want to go ahead and say, because I didn't say this earlier, I do think that since it's monopulence and opulence, opulence definitely gives a certain vibe of like the 50s, you know, the 60s. It's giving rich bitch inferno, but like, you know, more glamour. Like, it's giving that vibe of like, this is how the women had to walk around already. They were already walking around pretty elegant, always in dresses, you know, with a certain type of like style dress where it could come off the shoulder, you know, it has a little cross, and it, you know, it's never going above the knee type stuff. And it was super, you know, just elegant, very ladylike type vibe, you know. And I, you know, it's definitely giving, like how I said for Lana, like how, oh, this is how they walked around already. That's definitely what Acacia is forgiving. Like, this is like, oh, I'm going to church, you know, I'm walking around the house, I'm walking around the neighborhood, oh, I'm going to the party with the girls. That vibe. Only, hold on. let me take back going to church, because I don't see her going to church. If her exterior is that obvious, she would be the talking point of the church, and she would definitely they definitely would come up to her and be like, we feel like maybe you and your family shouldn't come anymore. You have a certain way of dressing, and it just doesn't fit the vibe of this church gives. Okay, we are very much modesty type thing. You know. Think when I say certain outfits, like when I say the vibe of this, think the Help. Think the women in the Help. Like how the white women were dressing. That's how I imagine. And for Acacia, I definitely do see her in that time zone. Not with this wig. I don't like this wig. I I don't know what I don't like about it. I just know I don't like it. And this outfit definitely gives like the 60s, 50s. It does not give me opulence. I definitely think that because you can see her, it's like kind of like a see-through like fabric with the flowers. I feel like the flowers really just, it takes it away completely for me. It takes the opulence away completely for me. And this is not a bad look. I do love like the ruffles like on the shoulders. I love the ruffles like going down the skirt, like how they all kind of like look. I do think that it is a nice outfit. Is it giving opulence? No, I don't like this wig, and I don't think that either gives opulence as well. I don't like the flowers because I don't think that gives opulence. I just feel like there could have been certain things done in order to still to really give it that look of opulence to really fit the category, and it wasn't done. I do like the look. There's some stuff I don't like about it, obviously. I do like the look. I just don't think that it fits the category once again. Moving on. Next up is Corey King from Venture Avenue. And in the workroom, I was already kind of like, I wonder how the storyline's gonna go for them, because they were talking about in the workroom how they were gonna very much do simplistic, and how these other girls always bite off more than they can chew, and that's not what they're doing. I'm just gonna skate by. And I definitely understand their point of view, because when it comes to something like a design challenge, you do kind of, especially when you have like a lot of girls now, like it's not a later design challenge, when you have a design challenge where you can skate by because all the girls are still here. I personally would try my best to just skate by. I'm not gonna aim to do the most and be in the top. Like, no, girl, I'm gonna do clean, cut, and short. That's it, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Okay, period. And so they said that they're going to go very simplistic. And I do agree with that. But I do think that them basically not aiming to just, try and do a little better, that they did end up missing the mark. Because once again, this outfit is not giving opulence. I like T.S. Madison said, it's giving very much hooker, like yellow bird hooker. Um, you know, she's going out in the street. The ones that the ladies will be talking about, like, do you see how she's dressed? Like back in the day, they'll be like, do you see how she's dressed? Oh my God, look at the length of that shirt. Like, oh my God. And I do simply think they could have gotten away with it had the dress been a gown. I'm telling you, it needs to hit the floor. And even then, had it not hit the floor, had they done what Lana or Acacia did, where they basically it basically goes under the knee, that would have made it a lot more glamour, and a lot less like, oh, she's a hooker, oh, she's this, oh, she's that, because the same thing could be said about Lexi's, because Lexi's was definitely giving more of bad bitch. But I also think that a thing that really puts like messes up Corey is this color, and the fact that they chose the feathers, because it's giving Big Bird. It's giving Big Bird. So even if it would have been a gown, I still feel like it would have been giving like Big Bird vibes because of the feathers and like the fabric they chose. But once again, I also think that it was better in Lexi's thing, because obviously the color, they had ostrich feathers and they kind of had them go across, and on top of that they had the train, which I think gave it more. Anyways, I would have to say I do think that Corey King did not do good in this challenge. I feel like they really missed the category with this outfit, and I could see why they were in the bottom. So, yeah, moving on. Lydia Butthole Collins is next from Marvin Gardner, and their look, I have to say, I like it. I do think that it is a lot. Like, it looks like it should be opulent, but it isn't because there's so much going on. And you could definitely tell that I think Lydia is very much a more is more, bigger is better type vibe, because they have like the ruffle, like the ruffle feathers around their arm. And I also think this is how you do the feathers without having it look like Big Bird. You got to know the places to put it, but they have the ruffle feathers around their arm, and then on their hat, which like they have this hat that also has like open holes so you can still see their hair. And then they have like these kind of ruffles going down the dress and the feathers going also down the dress, and then it's kind of a train, and I do think that the look is good. I just think that it is too much to be giving opulence. Also, hold on. Also, like the cuts, I think that the cut being like right in the middle of the dress where you can basically see their entire panty line really takes you out and like takes them out for opulence, because that is not opulence to me. I feel like had the dress had just been sewn a little bit to go just a little sewn just a little bit further down, like you can still see their leg, but you can't see their panty line. I feel like that would have done them a bit better. However, though, this look is very beautiful. They did a lot with like 2 days worth. Like that is that is a lot of energy that they put into it. So I do have to congratulate them for that. And I do think that they looked beautiful. Next up is Joella, who in the workroom was having a very hard time getting started. They have never sewn. And even when I think all the girls had started sewing and gluing, they had not started on their outfit at all. They did not know what they were going to do. They did not know how they were going to do it. And I very much think that shows on the runway when they come out in this bodysuit. Now, keep in mind, Rue did come in and talk to the girls earlier, and when asked what they were doing, Joella basically said that they were going to do a bodysuit, and RuPaul was like, girl, no. Girl, no. She basically told her that is not a good idea. You should not do that. Michelle won't like it. It doesn't read opulence. Basically saying do not do that. And Joella did it anyways because she said that was the best that she could do. Now, I do think that you don't always have to take RuPaul's opinions. Like, if she says you should do this, like, I don't think you always have to do that. But I think when RuPaul specifically goes, don't do this, if Michelle goes, don't do this, then you should not do it. RuPaul basically told Joella, do not do a swimsuit. And Joella refused to listen. And I understand that she was saying like, this is the best of my abilities, but I still think that had she figured it out, she could have cut that bodysuit into like a pretty gown or a short skirt. All she had to do was basically get the size of her body and just kind of fit it down a little bit, and she could have had a gown, and then she could have still added on the little puffs that she have on the sides, and boom. Now, I'm not saying that would have particularly saved her, but at least she wouldn't have done the bodysuit. That being said, this look, it's like I've been saying for all the other girls, I feel like it's getting repetitive. It's not that bad, but it definitely has its problems, and it definitely is not screaming opulence. You can't make a bodysuit opulence. You can't. You're not gonna convince me. I don't care who goes, you can. I don't care. You cannot make a bodysuit opulent. It's a swimsuit. You can't make it opulent. It definitely has some type of fit issues. Like, I think that it goes too high up to her thighs. I do think that it's a little weird in the crotch area, and like weird as in like, the fabric they chose kind of has like these ridge, like curve, like it looks almost like gemstones or like something else have been applied in between, and they have cracks under in there, so you can kind of see like a piece of it sticking here and sticking here on her like thighs, her inner thighs. And I just overall think it looks weird. And then the one sleeve. Y'all know how I feel about the one sleeve. I don't like the one sleeve, and I for sure don't like it on this outfit. I don't like one sleeves. Stop the one sleeve. Let me stop. I don't like the one sleeves. I also just feel like the shoes aren't bad, but I feel like they don't really go with this outfit. And overall, I would have to say that this outfit is the worst of the night for me. It is just, it's ill-fitted, it's not opulent, it directly goes against what she was told to not do or to do. And I mean, to quote T.S. Madison, Joella, you're pretty. I do not like this outfit. Oh, before we move on from Joella. So when the queens were done getting critiqued, everybody goes back into the workroom, and Joella, spoiler, was one of the girls who were in the bottom. And when they go back into, the untucked room, everybody's asking, how are you guys feeling? And they go, Joella, how are you feeling? And she starts crying. She's like, I'm just like, crying a mess because she's in the bottom. And then she starts talking about,
it's so hard because, like, I'm literally known for being opulent outside of Drag Race. Like, I'm known as, like, the local fashion queen. And it's just so hard because it's not reading. And I feel like I'm just letting everyone down, and I'm just not doing a good job, and I can't. They don't even know how good I am. Like, y'all don't know how good I am.
and while she's talking, the other queens are just like,
Is this bitch for real?
what the hell is this bitch talking about? What is she talking about? And this is why I love Joella, because if she has anything, she has nerve. Because to say that you are known, you were one of the most local queens of Jack, you are the star, you like everybody knows you, and that you are known for your opulence and your good looks, and to come dressed the way you do for this competition is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's bonkers. But girl, it do take nerve. And I love Joella. I love her. I think that she's amazing and beautiful and gorgeous. It just does not read into her looks. But to each their own. But when she did that in the untucked, and all them girls are looking around, I died. I could not breathe. Like, I couldn't. I couldn't. Stan Joella. She might be my favorite queen in this season. Honestly, truly, honestly, I like, she is my favorite local. She's no longer a local queen, but she would have been my favorite local queen because she is just, she's pure entertainment, y'all. Stop saying y'all want entertainment and then hate on Joella. She is pure entertainment. Okay, get the out of my face with that. And next up, all the way from North Carolina Avenue, it is Anya Nerve, who in the workroom. Girl, let's talk about it. So in the workroom, she has the color green, and so she's also with Jules and with Joella. And her and Jules Sparkles, Jules Sparkles has been helping Anya with her nerve, kind of telling her like, hey, I think you should add some more, because Anya's been asking for some advice because Anya has never made a garment before. So they're getting some help, and Jules has this trim that she's been waiting to use. She's gonna use it as soon as she's done rouging, but she's been rouging her outfit all night, so it's gonna take a while before she can use her trim. And Jules finally gets done rouging her outfit to get ready to use her trim, and it's gone because Anya is now using it. She took it. So we get to the girls putting their makeup on, and Jules is talking to Ariete it's about how Anya took her trim and how she's like, I mean, I was gagged a bit for sure. Like, I don't know why she took it. And the funny thing is, Anya is like a chair away from her. Like, Anya's like right next to her. Like, this is Jules. This is Anya. Girl, I can hear you. Okay, like, I have to be honest. I don't know if Jules was planning for her to hear her, or if she really just did not care, or if she truly thought like, girl, she not paying attention. Like, I don't know. But to be talking right here, like, don't even. But Anya overhears this obviously and is like, well, Jules, I'm so sorry. I should have asked to use your trim. And Jules calls her out and goes, well, you did ask. I said no. And everybody is on Anya's side that Anya had a right to take this trim. But here's my thing. Jules calls her out, and Anya, keep in mind, Anya apologized right before then, saying, I should have asked. Jules calls her out and says, you did ask, I told you no. And then Anya gets defensive because Jules didn't accept her apology and goes, well, we're supposed to be sharing it. We're supposed to be sharing it. So it's like, you don't own the trim. And Jules is like, but I called it. She's like, well, Anya's like, well, we shared the same fabric. And she's like, yeah, we agreed on that. You asked me if I was going to use this trim. You knew I was going to use this trim. I told you, no, you can't have it. I'm using it. It's mine. I grabbed it first. I called it. And everybody, literally, like everybody in the comments, everybody on Twitter, everybody, the sibling rivalry, it was like, Jules does not own this trim. And like, if she called the fabric, what? So no one can use fabric? I'm not hearing it. Anya basically they start yelling at each other. Anya's basically like, I'm not about to ask a girl for something I need. You are a designer. You know how to make an outfit. You know I don't know how to, so I need the trim. I need it more. And while yes, I know this is a competition and I'm not against that. I know that if it's a competition, do what you got to do. What I'm against is, girls, stand on it. Stand on the fact that you was just gonna take it. Don't ask for it if you was just gonna take it. Because she goes in the Untucked and she basically says, I was just gonna take it anyways. So say that. What did you ask for? You wanted her to say yes, but she didn't. So then you took it anyways. You shouldn't have asked. You should have just took it. I am on Jules' side all the way. Don't ask me if you're gonna take it anyways. Cause then of course I still could have understood Jules being mad, but at least it would have been like, when Anya would have been like, well, I should have asked, it would have been like, yeah, you should have. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. You asked, she didn't forgive you. She told you was wrong, and then you got defensive. And I'm glad that the girls in the room, like Crystal, was like, girl, was it yours? Did you grab it? Then it wasn't yours. She's like, but we're supposed to be sharing. It's like, yeah, we're supposed to be sharing, but we don't have to share everything. I called this. I grabbed this. I said this was mine. You don't get to have it. So there's that. And it was very entertaining, can I say. And I just want to say, I am Team Jules. I am on Jules' side. I think that Anya was wrong. I think either way, Anya would have been wrong. But I really can't agree with Anya because she didn't stand on business. That's my personal thing. Next time you're going to take some girls' thing, just say that. Despite me not being on Anya's side, I cannot deny that she looks absolutely beautiful. I do think that this outfit has some issues, like mainly around the sleeves, but a lot of people are saying the trim didn't help. The trim definitely helped. Don't even act like it didn't. The trim definitely helped her, but what really did it was her performance. She sold opulence. She knows how to sell it, okay? She walked out and she, with the little cigarette, it was giving very rich, very, my husband is so wealthy and I'm so wealthy and I'm the first woman to own a business and the men don't like it, but I don't care. She looked beautiful. she really sold it out on the runway, and I definitely think that's what got her in. That's for sure what got her in the top, because I think that a lot of the girls weren't really selling opulence. They kind of just were like, oh, this is my outfit and I know it's beautiful, but they weren't giving like, yes, I'm at the party. Yes, you're talking to the CEO. How can I help you? They weren't giving that, and Anya gave that down. I also, first things first, can I just say I love the color green. It's one of my favorite colors, obviously, and I just think that it looks so beautiful on her skin. And I really did like the with the trim, and I think she had like another jewel. It was like a little V going down into her gown. I think that was so nice, especially with the big hat. It was serving. She looked great. She looked amazing. And she did upset a few girls. And I would have been upset if I was Jules, because part of the reason you made it to the top was because you stole some of my stuff. I don't care. That's part of the reason why you're up there. Period. But I cannot deny that her presence it's something to it's like captivating. Her stage presence, it's captivating. Like she grabs your attention and makes you pay attention to her, and that's something that I just think that you just have to have, and she has it. So, yeah. Um I do think that it gave opulence. I do think that it is very beautiful. It is an absolute yes. I would want the look. Next up is a victim from a robbery in Pennsylvania. It is Jewel Sparkles, who spent a lot of her time on this outfit rouging it. Like, she rouged it to death, and I do think that it definitely paid off, like, on the runway. I thought that the outfit is beautiful, and I will say that I do think, because I know, and I gotta admit that maybe I'm a little wrong now, because I completely forgot about her look. I do think that this sells opulence, even though it does not hit the floor. It is so, so beautiful. The only thing that I think really takes away the opulence, um I think she did make it up with, like, with this thing, but with, like, the shortness of it, I still think that it sells opulence. The only thing that I think takes it away is the cone bra. I don't know why she added the cone bra. I would have been fine if she just had it, like, flat, with, like, the little curve. Like, I don't think that the cone bra was needed. I think that it added to way more time for the rouging, which, like, go off, girl, if you want to do that, fine. I mean, you are trying to win, but I think that definitely kind of takes away from the opulence of it all. And now looking at Anya, I don't really think that she served it. She kind of just, like, was like, here's the outfit. Like, she posed it for you, but she didn't give it the vibe that was supposed to be gave. And I think that a lot of girls fail to do that now that I'm talking about it, because I didn't even think about it because of Anya. But I think that it didn't give what was supposed to be gave when it came to the acting. However, I do think that the outfit is so, so beautiful, and she put so much time, and she was able to use the trim. She had, like, one long one going all the way down the dress, and I'm kind of wondering where else she would have put it. I'm assuming she would have put it on the sides, like on the sides here, and then maybe on the back, but we'll never know because we didn't get to see it. She probably also would have put it, like, around. And so I do want to know what it would have looked like had she had the trim, had it not got stolen. But we just won't know. And she is a little salty and untucked that she's not in the top. And honestly, I would be too. If a girl who took something from me was in the top, and I know that helped her be in the top, I would be pressed in a panini. I would be pressed in a panini, especially if they're like, "Well, you guys don't need this because you're artists." So if I don't need it because I'm a designer, I should be in the top either way. But I wasn't, and I could have been had you not took the thing that I need to design my outfit. So I personally would have been mad if I was her. So I definitely got her anger. I got Crystal's anger. I got all of it. So yeah, but she looks great. Moving on. All right, and the color is now blue with Sam Starr from Park Place. And she comes out in this very much, like, opulence. Like, I definitely see this in the 60s, 50s vibe, like a party. I would say more of the 50s vibe, with the bottom being feathered, like being feathered. I feel like that really hits, and then the hat and the fan, it is definitely giving a certain Like, it's definitely giving that time period. And I think that she looks beautiful. I think that it is giving opulence because, like I said, I think it gives like a certain time period. But I do have to say, I don't think she was in the top. And it's not because I don't think her look is like opulent. I already said that I think it does. I just think that there were some people who did it better than her. I have to be honest. Like, her look is so good. It's like the way it's cut, the way she styled it. You could definitely tell like she this is her bread and butter. She does this. And then the fan and having the thing. And I do think that her acting is also something that helped put her in the top with her look, because she very much gave it the vibe of like, oh yes, girl, I am the one. I am the one. But I also think that it definitely could have read like, with the fan, I don't know why it gives me like 50s like church time. I do think that that's kind of counterfeit with the bottom, like the bottom of the dress, but that's just me. But nevertheless, she does look beautiful. Next up, the girl I would have put in the top, replacing either Sam Star or Anya Nerve, doesn't matter. It is Crystal Envy, who comes out in this beautiful royal blue gown. It's like fitted, it has bows on the side with the arms and a train. It's so much work put into it. I will say that the thing on her head, like the little wrap on her head, it's giving more I just got from a trip. Like, I just got off the plane from a trip. Um but I do understand why they added it, and I think that this is opulence, the house down boots. I think that she looked beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. Okay, beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. I loved it. I have to say I am very, very, very pleased with the design challenge this season. I think all the girls really ate it up. Like, so many of them could have been in the top. Like, I think it would have been fair had Jules been in the top, or had Crystal been in the top. Like, I very much see a lot of them being in the top. Like, it was hard to pick bottoms this episode, because I do think that the bottoms that were chosen were the only bottoms to choose. And getting into that, if it was Jordan's Drag Race, I think that my bottoms would have been the same. They would have been Joella, Lucky Stars, and Corey King. I could say that Acacia could have been put in the bottom, because I do think that her look also didn't serve opulence. I would also say, for the sake of the challenge, even though I love her, Lexi Love could have easily also been put in the bottom, because it didn't really serve opulence either. But I do understand why it was Corey King. I just think that overall the outfit, it not only was not opulence, but it lacked detail. Where Lexi's had more detail, had more structure and stuff, theirs didn't. So I do get why they were in the bottom. And for my top, it would have personally been Ariete, without a doubt, Crystal Envy, and I do think I still would have put Anya Nerve up there in the top. I was conflicted between them and Joel Sparkles, because I really, really liked their outfit. But I think that they just sold it too well, and it still was pretty good for me not to put them in the top. And my winner would have been Ariete. But it is not Jordan's Drag Race. It is RuPaul's Drag Race. And so when we get into it, the bottom, as I said, I'm looking at my notes now. The bottom was Joella, Corey King, Lucky Stars. The top was Ariete, Anya Nerve, and Sam Star. And the winner of this challenge is Sam Star. And I personally just have to say, I don't agree. I think that Ariete knocked it out of the park. I do think that Sam Star was really good, and I think the reason they won is because I think Ariete's outfit, because it was more Latin, it definitely gave opulence, but I still feel like it could have really been used a lot. Like we could have seen it now. Where I think Sam Stars, it was more of a time period outfit, and when it comes to monopulence, I feel like they had a certain idea in their mind, and that's what Sam Stars outfit fit. And I definitely see that because when I'm like when I see when I think monopulence, I do kind of see this, and it's like I think it's like a vibe. Like when you hear monopulence specifically, Sam Star kind of fits that category. I also do think that Anya Nerve fits this category. I think that it was very hard to pick this time. Like I think that the top were just so good. That being said, I would have chose Ariete like down. Like I really thought that they were gonna win this. But nevertheless, congratulations to Sam Star. They did amazing. They are truly a star, and yay for them. But we do have our bottom, and when we get to the bottom, Corey King is pronounced safe, and the bottom two are Joella and Lucky Stars. They have to sing to The Way That You Love Me by Paula Abdul. And I have to be honest, I was already thinking, I don't think that Lucky's going to do that well. Even though, like I said, Joella, I think when it came to her performance, though she didn't do that well, I just have this feeling that she can eat up a performance, a lip sync. That she can just do it. I don't know why I had this feeling, but I did. And when they start lip syncing, you can tell that Lucky is really trying to put their all into it. But it already kind of starts off messy when they lose a shoe, and then while dancing, they lose another shoe. And me personally, if I'm losing my shoes on the runway, I'm just gonna find a way to lip sync them back on. Genuinely, I'm going to dance my way over to my shoes and put them back on because it's just when you take your shoes off, it is almost like it is almost always like a death note. It is almost always like a death sentence. The only person I think who did it and did not get eliminated was Maya Iman LePage from season 16. Um but when you do that, it is almost always a death sentence. So when they came off, I was like, no, 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 Lucky, no. And Joella, I think, was just more commanding in general because they were doing less, but they were in front of the stage, making sure that they were the ones being seen, making sure that the people can see them. You know, like making sure that RuPaul is looking just at them, and meanwhile Lucky's in the back, like doing flips and just they are trying their hardest, but I just don't think that it works out in their favor. And when the lip sync is over, we see that RuPaul chooses Joella and they are told to go to the back. And Lucky Stars has one more chance. One more. They just have to pull the right lever. They have a 1 out of 9 chance to pull the right lever, dunk Michelle in the water, and they get their second chance to say. And they pull the lever. And unfortunately, nothing happens. And so they have to sashay away. And I just want to talk about this lip sync for 1 second because a lot of people were mad that Lucky Stars lost. But guys, we have to be serious here. I love Lucky. I think that they're amazing, but they did lose that lip sync. They did lose that lip sync. Joella did do better, and I don't think that Joella deserved the hate or deserves the hate that they're getting for sending Lucky home. Because at the end of the day, Lucky, this wasn't their week. It just wasn't their week, and it's unfortunate, but it is the truth. And so Lucky Stars is the first queen to go home in season 17. Lucky Stars was the first queen. She was the pork chop loading dock. I could not believe it. I honestly am genuinely shocked. I did not expect them to go home first. I actually expected them to make it pretty far. I wouldn't even say, I'm not gonna say that I think that they were gonna make it to the finals, the finale. But I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised that they did because they were just so creative. That I could definitely tell they had a certain art style. I thought that they were gonna make it far. So for them to be the first one out, it's crazy to me. it's crazy to me. But that's how the cookie crumbles. Like even in season 15, I didn't expect Irene to be the first one out, and she was, and I was genuinely shook. So there's that. But Lucky, just know, girl, I love you. The people love you. You have made a mark. You have made a mark. I cannot wait to see what else she does, and I am just so excited for the journey head on. All right, but that is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, if you like my content, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video everywhere. Go down in the description. Follow me on all my social medias. What are you waiting for? I'm cool everywhere. I do great looks. I do all this. Yes, I'm self-glazing. But that is all I have for you guys today. I'm really sorry that this video is coming out super, super late. I am trying to do better with my timing, but it's just, it is hard for me. I can't lie to you guys, whether it's pure laziness or just me not being in the best mindset. I just have a hard time doing that. So I will be trying to get better at it. All right. And just remember that if you do not feel seen, I see you. And if you don't feel loved, I love you. You are loved. Bye. Alright, I'm gonna record my reaction to Lucky Stars and Joella lip syncing. I don't want either one of them to leave. Okay. Oh, okay. So I have a feeling Lucky's gonna win. No, her shoe. No, her shoes. I would be on my tippy toes. Yeah, see, but if I didn't have a... I don't know. If I was Lucky, I would do everything if my shoes fell off. But I also would just put my shoes back on. Or be on my tippy toes. Like, you don't have shoes on. I would stay in the front. Okay. Cause Lucky doesn't have shoes on. I don't know. Okay, but Lucky doesn't have shoes on, so it would be crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that coming. I saw that coming. Because I know the girls are pressed. But you also have to think about it. RuPaul's never let a girl stay with her shoes being off. Like, with their shoes being off. She never has. So it would be hypocritical. I would have just put them back on. I know that seems messy, but I would have found a way. Michelle is not a virgin. Okay. I know she's not going to pull the lever. There's no possible way in the world that she's going to pull the correct lever. If they do that 2 times an episode, it just wouldn't make sense. We know it's rigged. Let's be serious. So, I'm still going to watch, though. You won't. She won't, girl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Could you imagine? Yeah. No. Yo. No. Bye, Lucky.